Good evening, YouTube. It's a little early for me. Typically, I start my pre-streams about 11:30 or 11:40, and then I start the actual, part of the show about midnight. But hopefully, we can get some people in here that are not insomniacs. So I'm thinking what I'll do here to keep this schedule is we'll see if anybody shows up. Do kind of a short stream, hang out for a bit. Just like I said, give some people an opportunity that aren't normally up past midnight a chance to hang out. And then take a break and come back later for that show. Sick music though, huh? This is a good one. Cyberpunk fight music playlist hardcore. This guy makes some awesome music though. White Bat Audio on YouTube. And if you're a content creator doing streaming or videos or whatever, it's all royalty free, copyright safe. Do a little hardcore Tetrising. Literally sounds like Doom music, like Mick Gordon or something. But it's original music, which is cool. Goes well with Easy Tetris. I feel like one of the things you have to master with streaming, because you don't want there to just be a silent stream sitting here when a guest shows up. I totally screwed that up. So that when they get here, they feel like there's something to interact with immediately. So I feel like you kind of have to like master the art of talking to yourself, at least until someone shows up. Play some Tetris and talk to yourself. I don't know why I made that move, but apparently it made sense. That was dumb. Bro, yeah, this music needs to be the backing for like some really epic video game or something, or movie. So I make some smart moves. I feel like I have pretty good instincts for this game. It's just when stuff gets crazy, trying to not necessarily your thoughts, but allowing your hand-eye coordination to keep up. You know what would actually be kind of cool? Is to do like an editing stream, but I would definitely have to have a better computer for that. Like if I was creating a video or some sort of content, even graphics of some sort, like doing an editing stream, I think that would be kind of cool. The only problem is I seriously doubt my laptop could handle that. Like currently it does fairly well doing the stream, right? But I still need to see how it handles, like if I get a second monitor, 'cause that's kind of my next upgrade. The next big upgrade is, doesn't matter what it is, just a random monitor so that I can like have this be full screen. And like have Streamlabs or on probably on the laptop or something, or on the other monitor, and then have my content, like what I'm doing, on the second screen. Because then it would be easier to view chat and everything, because Streamlabs has your chat integrated, but because I have Streamlabs snapped on the right hand side of the screen here. What's up, Danny? You were in one of the streams earlier, weren't you? I think yesterday, maybe. Can't remember. Yeah, I just thought I would do a little earlier stream because I have my regular schedule is like midnight-ish. So I know there's people that aren't necessarily crazy insomniacs like myself. So I figure here and there I'll throw in like a little bit earlier stream. So what are you up to? How did you even come across stream? I'm always interested if it was like in recommended or something. Oh, that was cool. I didn't think it would let me do that for some reason. Nope, nope, nope. Well, so the next thing, yeah, I was thinking about that. The next thing I need to do, I think, is get that second screen. I think, because my mom recently upgraded and got herself a decent laptop, notebook or whatever, and she had an older computer with a little monitor. So I might be able to see if she still has that somewhere. That would be a pretty big help. Like I said, it doesn't need to be anything fancy. Just having a second screen would be great. And then probably the next upgrade would be a cheap little, what do you call it? Stream Deck or whatever. Where you have like your options for like sound effects or animations or whatever. I think that would be pretty awesome. Because I think I can queue up some of that stuff in Streamlabs and be able to select it over on the side here. But obviously having an actual Stream Deck, you know, with your on-the-fly buttons and stuff, that would be awesome. Because I could even map like transitions and stuff to it. Scene changes. I don't think they're even like that expensive. I think there's decent ones out there for affordable. See, now I'm just not even paying attention to what I'm doing. That's getting weird. There we go. Give me the red one. Trying to click the right mouse button to swap gets a little odd. Dang. Ho ho ho. Okay, let's go here. Boom. Oh my god, I hate it when I do that. It's so annoying. I don't even know how. I know that it's something to do with me hitting the right button on the mouse. There we go. But I've tried to like recreate it and it doesn't happen, so I'm not sure. Yeah, actually go there. Go there. And there. We're doing okay. Problem is, we're probably going to level up here in a second. Oh, whoa. That first place was not supposed to happen. That one. No. There. See, I got to remember to think with the actual cursor. That's what's throwing me off, is I start thinking with the pieces, and I'm looking at the pieces and where they're going, when I need to look at where I'm pointing the cursor, because that's pretty accurate. It works. Yeah, because if I watch the cursor and place it where I want something to go, that's happening. That's happening pretty easy. It's when I let my mind get hooked on, like, stuck on watching the pieces instead, that I put something in the wrong place. Ooh, this is getting good. Right there. There. And we leveled up again. I don't like leveling up. There's probably another game mode where it's like slower, I think. I don't know. I like the challenge. Oh, it's another red. Whoops. Do I have? Yes. We're doing okay. Oh, I wanted to swap that. Or did I? Boom. I need another blue. I need another pillar. There it is. I see it in my peripheral over here. There we go. Oh my. It's actually starting to piss me off. Like, I don't need that break when I'm in the flow of things. I mean, okay, close this. Yeah, because now I'm like, where was I? What was I doing? Actually, I want to save it. Dude! No! Oh my god. I was doing really well. I think I was like level 17 or 18. Frick. That pisses me off. Yeah, that was like level 17 or 18. I had a pretty good scenario there. Damn. Petru? That's not a thing. What? I'm not trying to search that. Oh, you can't see it. Good. Good. It doesn't see the drop down. Damn. Oh my god, what? I really do need to figure out why it clicks out of the screen. Let me try and do it. Okay, something's I think I'm... I think I'm right-clicking, and then it's creating a dialog box, and then I'm clicking on something. And that's what's causing the issue. More games. What do we have under more games? Tetris Gems. And Tetris Mindbender. Is this free to play? Alright, so clear line with flashing Nino. Okay, let me see. Let's see how this goes. Let's turn off the music. Turn down the sound. Alright. Let's see what Tetris Mindbender looks like. Excuse me. don't see any difference. Oh, wait, there we go. With a little question mark. So I guess we need to get down to that question mark and see what's up. Oop, I messed that up. Oh, it changed positions too. Okay, it doesn't just stay there. So it could like pop up somewhere else where you're trying to play. There we go. Oh, whoa, that's cool. It like shifted everything to the side. So it's like a randomized power-up. That's pretty cool. Give me just a second, I'm checking some DMs. I do like, this feels crisp for some reason. I don't know if it's different in that sense, but we'll see as it speeds up. That was dumb. Here, I want to put this sideways down. Oh, I can't. Ka-chow. Why are we... Hello. Why are we screwing everything up now? There we go. What? Oh ho ho! I don't like that, but I like that. That is cool. Hello, Mr. Tomcat. Unfortunately, I actually don't know. Whoa. Okay, that is awesome. So it just randomly does all various different twists to the gameplay. There isn't really a place to play it. And MSN Zone is dead, so it's also not there. I mean, I guess I could possibly go get it off a store, but like I'd have to play it on the computer, and I can play this in the browser. Hexic would be good for conversation, just because there's no immediacy to it, I suppose. I was hoping this was gonna get a couple people in that don't normally show up for the late streams. But so far, haven't really got anybody. Which is fine. If nobody shows up after a while, I can take a break, go grab a shower, and come back later. Oh, it totally just flipped everything upside down. That is cool. It's a neat way to keep everything interesting, for sure. Oh, I was going to hold it. I guess I have to switch how I hold, because I'm left-handed, so holding the mouse is a little different for me. And see, now I've moved my finger to the other button, and now I've confused myself, and here goes the... You can either play with the keyboard, and it's like traditional, and so you flip, you know, the with what is it, C? No, that holds it. Yeah, so like Z flips one way, something else flips the other way. But playing with the mouse, it's intuitive. So depending on where I position the cursor, it goes, oh, he wants to flip it like this. So holding this, it just kind of automatically goes, oh, how do you adjust to this landscape? But then if I move down, it's like, oh, he's trying to place it sideways, or, you know, stuff like that. It's really cool. It actually works very well because it allows you to move faster, like closer to the speed of thought, versus being held back by coordination on the keys. So you can make certain, like, you may know in your mind, okay, I want it to do this specific thing, and you just kind of point to the spot where it should do that, and it will. What's up, Epic Legend? I've always liked that your name is basically like a declaration as well. Whoa! Actually, that worked in my favor. It opened up the middle of the map here. Boom. Yeah, welcome to the early stream. Boom. And it shifted again. To see that, it's cool. Sometimes it's in your favor, and other times I could see where it could like mess you up too. This may become my like placeholder content. I mean, that's kind of what it is now, but if he doesn't have anything to talk about or anybody to talk to, he's just going to play Tetris. So how is everyone tonight? Saturday night? Big, fun, exciting weekend? There's the little question mark block will appear. Oh, see, look at that. Did you see that? How I placed it under here? So it's like it knows I could technically make the maneuver to flip it and put it under here. That would be way harder with the keys. But I could just go, oh, I want it there, see? Because that move is possible. So boom, there it is. Yeah, see that little question mark box? Wherever those appear, if you clear it, oh gosh. It does a twist of some sort. Sometimes it's beneficial, sometimes it's not. You can avoid them as well, but then it'll move it around to try and make it so at some point you might have to get it. Did the screen go blank there for a second? See, I was going for that one that time, but then right before I got there, because it took me too long, it moved. Erosion? What does that mean? I am really liking this soundtrack. I picked a good one. Oh, we got the speed up again. No. That's probably my least favorite. You see, the right button is the hold button, and the problem is I'm left-handed, so my index finger is, I have to move it over to hit it. I don't know, it just feels weird to me. I suppose, oh, you know what? I could probably go into my mouse settings and set it up for left-handed. Whoops. I've just never done that. I just always default use everything that's right-handed. Or with right-handed. I use it left-handed with right-handed settings. Blur. Oh my god. Not this. There we go, we survived. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have switched that. I just want to get to this guy. Boom. Oh, that was cool. Okay, I need something really, like, the erosion one would be great. No, that was not supposed to go there. Shit, oh, that helped? Hell yeah. Oh my god. This is the part where I start clicking to place, because I do that normally, but they're coming down too fast, so I don't need to, and then I'm double placing. Let me get rid of something. Oh my god, that was not how I wanted this to play out. No. I was doing so well. I thought I was going to beat it back. No. So anyways. Do we in fact live in a simulation? In a simulation? In a simulation. According to many people, long before Elon Musk, yes. But also, we're talking about Elon Musk, because everything he says is a headline. I like that. Just Elon Musk's name is enough to evoke an emotional response in many people, ranging from hope and glee in some to anger and disgust in others. But how about existential thread? Wow. About threads. How about existential dread? It's true that one of Musk's primary drivers in founding SpaceX, his spacecraft manufacturing and launch company, was to create a self-sustaining colony on Mars. This lofty goal would make humanity a multi-planetary species, thereby reducing the risk of human extinction from global catastrophes, blah, 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 blah. But there's another threat Musk is concerned about that can't be evaded anywhere in the universe from Mars to Andromeda. The fact that we could be living in an enormous computer simulation. Yeah, so like I said, he is definitely not the first person to discuss this. There were scientists and panels and groups that have talked about it a lot before. But of course, here we go. What is the simulation hypothesis? At first blush, The idea that we're all NPCs in some sort of cosmic game of Sims sounds like the kind of pseudoscientific technobabble expected from a philosophy minor or an overenthusiasm for the Matrix. However, it's actually a question that's been around for thousands of years. How can we be sure that reality is real? The technological bent to what's now called the simulation hypothesis was formalized in the paper Are We Living in a Computer Simulation by Nick Bostrom in 2003, which is probably where I read about it before. The argument starts something like this: computer processing power will continue to improve. Compare the convincing graphics and immersive experience of today's best VR games to, say, Frogger. Now project that amount of technological advancement forward a few decades. Then consider another few decades after that, and again and again. Eventually, simulations will become so advanced they'll be indistinguishable from reality. Not only that, but with enough processing power, they could theoretically simulate people, along with their memories, thoughts, and fears around finding out that they're simulated. Given this technological trajectory, there are only three possible outcomes. First, no intelligent species survives long enough to ever create this type of simulation. Second, even though they become capable, no intelligent species ever creates such a simulation. In both of these scenarios, we are not in a simulation because none ever exists. The third possibility is different though. An intelligent species reaches the threshold to create a simulated reality and then does so. And this is where the bottom falls out and we descend into the rabbit hole. I mean, like, if you think about it, if you were a simulated personality, you would have no frame of reference to distinguish yourself from non-simulated reality, right? So you could look around at everything around you and go, yeah, well, this is real. Like, I can touch this, I feel texture, I can smell it, I can taste it, whatever. Like, this is obviously real, right? But if that was all you'd ever known as being a simulation, or being in a simulation, kind of like in the Matrix, you could never know, you know? Like, you have nothing else to compare it to. So just like in the Matrix, these minds were born into the simulation. And honestly, if they were born into a simulation that was like 8-bit graphics and crap, that would still be reality to them because they would know nothing else. And it may be why, if you think about it, just to kind of run along those lines there, it may be why we're able to hypothesize concepts like other dimensions that we can't observe or measure. You know? Like, we're going, okay, we have these theories about how physics works, right? And we start simulating them or you know, going along the equations, and we go, well, this doesn't make sense, because if this works, we would have to have additional dimensions here. We just don't know how to describe those dimensions or, you know, imagine them because we've never experienced something like that. Well, those dimensions could be the world outside the simulation. It would be kind of like we're inside the box, realizing we're inside a box, but we don't know. We can't imagine what a world beyond the box would look like. So anyways, let's take a closer look at this third scenario. Some intelligent species, and it needn't necessarily be humans, achieves the capability to create a fully convincing reality simulation, and in fact boots one up. The inhabitants of this simulation will go about their simulated lives none the wiser, and this could last for seconds or years or eons. What's important is the beings of this simulated reality are locked to the same three potential outcomes as their creators: die off before achieving a high-tech civilization, choose to never create a simulated reality, or do create a reality simulation. This is a critical concept. Simulated realities can spawn more simulated realities. If reality simulating technology ever became as ubiquitous as, say, smartphones, which themselves seemed like pure science fiction not so long ago, there would be a great many simulations running all the time. Even very conservatively, if base reality started up just 2 simulations, and each of those simulations started 2 more, the power of doubling quickly leads to millions or billions or more of simulated realities, and only one truly real universe at the top. This means that if any civilization anywhere in the universe at any point in time ever creates even one reality simulation, the conclusion is that most conscious beings should assume they are living in a simulation. Because just the odds. Like, if it was possible and anyone was to choose to do it, more than likely the odds are that you are in the simulation, not the original. Because there's going to be so many more simulated realities. Possible, like near infinite is the idea. This means that if... Oh, I already read that. What's more, due to the hierarchical nature of these nested simulations within simulations, the majority of conscious thinking beings will be at the very bottom of the hierarchy, in what's been termed the sewer of reality. Science or philosophy. Now we understand why Musk and others believe our chances of living in a simulation are billions of times greater than our chances of living in reality. But before spiraling into despair at your place in the simuverse, it's worth pondering for a minute whether any of this reality matters. Or... Well, that was a Freudian slip. It's worth pondering for a minute whether any of this really matters. Not any of this reality. From a practical perspective, if a simulation is indistinguishable from reality, then it may as well be treated as reality. It's also an important pillar of science that theories must be testable. Ideas that can't be tested also can't be proven or falsified, making them somewhat meaningless for practical purposes. Well, tell the astrophysicists that. I wish. But it actually does kind of matter, because it would mean if we are in a simulation that at some point somebody could just pull the plug at any given moment. The simulation hypothesis has generally been unable to clear this obstacle. Yeah, well, so does half of science. But we accept that. But not for a lack of trying. Scientists have proposed looking for glitches in the simulation, such as changes to the laws of nature or procedural rendering conflicts. However, Bostrom notes in his original proposal that if a glitch were ever detected, whoever was running the simulation could skip back a few seconds and rerun the simulation in a way that avoids the problem. That opens a whole other Pandora's box. What about deja vu? We explained this in the Matrix already. Like, we've explained that would be the idea, is that the Matrix is trying to, basically smooth over a glitch, and therefore that moment reruns in time, and you're like the only one who remembers because you observed it. You didn't reset. The world around you was being reset to try and fix everything. If these experiments fail to detect a glitch, does that prove we're indeed living in base reality, or does it instead reflect that we're in a simulation that has been patched and rebooted? I mean, there's also this idea, and I'm not trying to get into nihilism or any of that kind of stuff, but there is the idea, like, you're the only person that exists, though. Like, if you're going to run with the idea of simulation theory or simulation hypothesis, sorry, can't test it. If you're going to run with that concept, you also have to be open to the idea that if, in fact, you are in a simulation, that nothing beyond you as an individual is real. You could be the only, quote, consciousness in that simulation, and everything around you is simulated. So because someone else observed something and tells you there was a glitch, or tells you that there's been no glitches, or whatever, that doesn't necessarily mean that's the case, because you're the only consciousness there. That's possible. The answer is, of course, we simply don't know, and further have no way to know at this point. And while that's not likely to change, perhaps the 1 in billions conjecture is yeah, they of course go on to try and disprove something that's, as they just said, not provable or disprovable. Yet another scientific paper, instead of proposing an experiment to test the simulation hypothesis, the fundamentals of the simulation hypothesis probabilities are re-examined. There are not 3 possible outcomes, only 2. At least one reality simulation is started, or no simulations are ever started. If no reality simulations are ever run, the reasons why don't really matter. I guess that's true. Looking at the only data point we have available, that the world appears real, we have an equal likelihood of existing in either a universe that includes reality simulations or a universe without. If we live in the former, then yes, our chances of being simulated are 1 in a billion. But our chances of living in the latter scenario are 50%. This means our overall chances of living in reality are closer to 50%. That's not how that works. There's a dark side to this argument, though. If humans ever do manage to create a reality simulation of our own, the 2 possibilities of this calculation drop down to 1. We'll know for a fact that we live in a universe where reality simulations are possible, and therefore the odds that we're simulated ourselves will be billions to 1. Right. Okay. At least they fixed it. So, like, it kind of just goes right back to the original proposal. Either it happens or it doesn't happen. If it does happen, then the odds are almost 0 that you live in reality, true reality. And the way technology is progressing, especially with AI and quantum computing, who doubts that we're going to create a reality simulation at some point? Or at least a small one where something within it can exist and be aware of itself. Interesting topic of conversation. What do you think, though? See, I'm not necessarily somebody who sits here and goes, oh, yes, I believe we're in a simulation. But then I read the argument. And as I read the argument, I'm like, yes, this concept makes sense. Right? And kind of the same problem I have with astrophysics and quantum physics and a lot of space sciences, cosmology and all that. Some of the ways they try to debunk a certain concept or hypothesis will oftentimes make no sense. And it really feels like now I have to go on the defense of the concept, even if I don't necessarily believe it, because they just sound stupid in their debunking of it. So, anyways, I thought that was interesting. Who all is here? Time to go spy on the chat. I don't know how much longer I'm going to stay on this one because I would like to go grab a shower and then be ready to go for the midnight stream. That is not possible. It says the only participants right now is Rival Indigo. And supposedly there are 4 concurrent viewers. Or 3. Whatever. That's weird. Agent Tomcat, are you still there? Oh, it says 5 concurrent viewers. What is going on here? No. I feel like sometimes it times out the viewers. Matt is here. Okay. What the heck? That's really weird. I feel like sometimes like people will be here, but because they're not like active, like at least on the screen that they're looking at the video from, it like times them out as a concurrent viewer. Because I have times where it'll say like there's 2 people in the chat, or 2 people viewing, right? And then you guys will start popping up saying stuff, and I'm like, well, no, there's at least 3-4 people. Why are you lying to me, YouTube? All right, let's go to this one. Also, the chat on the screen needs to update. I don't know why it's been doing this lately. Wish there was a way to just manually refresh it or something. Anyways, moving on from possibly having an existential crisis. Hubble is still useful, which is really cool. I think sometimes whenever we build new toys, we forget about like the really great toys we already had. And the James Webb Space Telescope is fantastic. However, James Webb, as powerful as it is, and is doing a great job of challenging current theories about the Big Bang Theory and the age of the universe and such, Hubble is still out there, and Hubble does visible light, which James Webb really doesn't. James Webb is more for like near what is it? Near infrared, and it does other stuff too. But so Hubble captures a sparkling cloud galaxy located right next door. This is kind of cool. Just a little cloud. Wonder if it'll. Well, sort of there. Wonder if I can zoom. That's something I need to look into. If there's like an attachment, or what do you call it? Computer terminology. I forget. But anyways, a plug-in for Opera that allows you to like just force zooming on stuff. Be kind of. What the heck? No, go back. Anyways, an image from the Hubble Space Telescope shared this week by NASA shows a nearby galaxy, ESO 300-16. Unlike our Milky Way, which is a type called a spiral galaxy with a clear central bulge and defined spiral arms reaching out from its center, this neighborhood galaxy is loose and diffuse, looking more like a spattering of stars than anything with a clear structure. Hubble scientists describe it as a sparkling cloud. The galaxy is a type called an irregular galaxy due to its lack of clear shape. Its stars clump together in a soft bubble form, and it is located nearly 29 million light-years away in the direction of the constellation Eridanus. So, the observation is one of a series which aims to get to know our galactic neighbors. Hubble has observed around 3/4 of known galaxies within about 10 megaparsecs of Earth, in enough detail to resolve their brightest stars and establish distances to these galaxies. A team of astronomers propose using small gaps in Hubble's observing schedule to acquaint ourselves with the remaining quarter of these nearby galaxies. The project is called Every Known Nearby Galaxy, I was waiting for that to be an acronym, and is designed to maximize Hubble's observing time. Time on Hubble is in high demand, so astronomers have to submit proposals for how and why they want to use Hubble for their observations far in advance. This is a competitive process, with experts deciding what the best use of Hubble's limited time would be and filling out the schedule as much as they can. I was going to say as much as possible. I was filling in the blank there myself. However, there are some small gaps between observations, such as when the telescope has to move to point to different parts of the sky for different observations. Researchers make use of this 2 to 3% of time on Hubble, which isn't going to be toward primary observations, to make other smaller observations like the Every Known Nearby Galaxy project. So, that's pretty cool, because Hubble is still an extremely powerful tool, and it also does things in, like I said, invisible light, which is the light we can actually see. And sometimes that to me is more interesting than, oh, look, we've got this really great infrared imaging of this stuff, right? And it's layers upon layers of light levels or whatever that we can't see. Part of the spectrum we can't see. And it can be great and be like, oh, okay, so that's there. Some things are so far away that we can't see the visible light, so we have to use that. That's fantastic. But it just brings an extra layer of reality to something when you can see it in the actual light that we would see if we were observing it. So, I just thought it was pretty cool. Hubble's still out there being useful. I'm not here. But I think I'm going to leave it there for now. Because it's 10:15. I still want to do the midnight show, the regularly scheduled show. So I'm going to take a break, get a drink, and grab a shower, and then hang out a little bit before coming back for the late show. So anyways, for whoever's here, thank you for joining me. Looks like Matt, Agent Tomcat, Epic Legend Quest was here. Figures, I just got on. Well, this was I started, I think, about 9-ish. 9. Like I said, I wanted to try and see if I did a little bit earlier stream, if some of the people who have said, oh, that's too late, I can't get on or whatever, if they could show up. Like 1 or 2 people showed up for like 5-10 minutes, so it wasn't a huge deal yet. But I'll probably keep trying to do this. Maybe like once a week or something, I'll do a Indigo at night, but not late. So anyways, I will be back later. I will be sticking to my little schedule. I'm gonna go chill for a bit though. Bye.